Hotel Eden.
Since she gave them the olive tree. That's how important it was. And so it became here. She actually did that, and when Zeus came down, the thunderbolts were striking all around him, and one also struck his mistress that was pregnant. Wound, he covered it with with wine leaves that have the soothing effect. And Zeus later on gave birth to Dionysus, the god of wine. Here to the left we have the Limfjord, a part of it. It's quite almost to the end of the Limfjord. Singers.
Cooking.
And in the summer, the number of people here goes up to 110,000. So 10 times as many tourists as there are. Is a camping ground, then a bit further to the right on the peninsula, again another camping ground. So quite beautiful and picturesque spot. Dry heat, but I wouldn't say that it's really in the temperatures like that. A wintering spot where the people put their caravans so that they don't have to get to the Frasius Basilica. A beautiful map of the whole Istrian peninsula. So, remember where we came? Remember the town of Rijeka. We drove above it, we saw fortress, where I told you that there are 3 shipyards. So, and then we took the road through Pazin, straight across to Rovinj.
That's how we did it, okay.
So, that's where we are staying. Yesterday's excursion took us to the town of Pula. You can see from here how beautifully Pula is positioned inside of a bay, and no wonder the Austrians decided to make it their main military, their main naval base. This is the most southern spot and is protected as a natural park at Kamenjak, and this is the most southern spot of all of Istria. So when we were talking about the 45th degree, 45th parallel, the 45th parallel runs somewhat like this. So we crossed it twice. Once on the way up, and then when we were going back to Pula, we crossed it again. So what we did today is we drove past Ravine, past the Limfjord. Now here you can see how deep the fjord goes inland. And then we're in the town of Vrsar, we passed Fontana, and now we're in port. You see the town of Motovun? Motovun, that's where we are going next after Porridge, and then from Motovun to a place near Pazin where we'll have a bit later snack. Okay? Then here we have the Porridge Riviera. We entered the Porridge Riviera immediately when we crossed the Limfjord, which is here. You can see that actually Rovin and Porridge aren't that far apart, if it weren't for the fjord in between. So here you have what you see in red. These are the main towns, plus also you see a lot of hotel resorts, smaller, and how much money they get to build one small problem. The Russians now have to get visas for European Union. Before they came, and the only thing that they had to do is sign the sort of a passenger list, and they could go. Now not anymore, and numbers plummet. So they're not like it. Remember, this street going past the church brings you directly out to the park behind the bus station. Okay, I'll show you which street. And then we'll meet. Now still, I haven't seen a place in Croatia that will have as much amber as Porridge does. So in case some of you are interested in St. Julian, this basilica was built, although inside you'll still see St. Maurice right down on the mosaics, since he was the first to build the church here, and he became a martyr. He was killed for being a Christian. So when we walk in, there's a beautiful, and then again back down, and in the top right corner you can see the bit darker. That's what's left of the original ones. But since, that's a long time, 6th century. A lot of, quite often there were different, you can say, fires, earthquakes, so the church was destroyed. You can see that here on this part. The church was destroyed in the 15th century in an earthquake. Do you see the arches here on this side? They're not decorated, while on this side they are. And you can then see that these are the original windows, while on this side they simply had stuck in the Gothic windows, which were typical for that period. The roof of pictures that are known for this part of the world. Then we have behind the Virgin Mary, the Mother of God, again surrounded with archangels, and to the left, if we go, St. Claudius, Euphrasius is the second one in the brown robes. He holds the church. And then the third St. Maurice. The one in the brown holds the church. He's the one that built this church. That's why he was, what they say, the first bishop of Porridge. Whilst then, the two next to him were the ones that built the churches before him, again on this spot. So the mosaics themselves are quite beautiful, and you can see on the sides, in the side apses, in the side naves, that they were unfortunately destroyed. But where isn't there a big contradiction? Up on top you have the mosaics, and down below you have the Mother of Pearl. They took it from the temple of Neptune. That was here, the Roman temple of Neptune. They used it, recycled it. And that again dates to the 6th century. So it's quite beautiful, while the ciborium here above the main altar wasn't added up until 1200s. It was added, you could say, quite a fair bit later, 6 centuries later. So, now I see why we brought you to take a look at this church, since it's really something. It's not just ABC, as some say. Another beautiful church. It's a bit more than that. So I'll let you take a look around. Down there we have an opening you have the mosaics, and down below at the end you also could see the...
And all the things symbolize something. It's a pure cotton. We have two different designs. This is Croatian one, and we have from Istria, from this area as well.
Oh, Istria, okay.
The Roman time start. It wasn't the typical Roman towns. Typical Roman towns were square with four main entrances. What was a peninsula, and that's why they had only one land gate. And that was, and also during the Venetian time, you see here from the middle of the 15th century the pentagonal tower. That is marked here, since this is the main square. Right at the end of these buildings, into the street to the right, we come straight down to the park behind the bus station. Okay? So here is also a lot of coffee bars, and you can go have a seat, have a cup of coffee. And another thing, if you walk down, yeah, why?
逗他玩一下，来逗他玩一下。
发亮的，你看，好多鱼，难怪他们说夏天的时候照相来照相照起来。他说，这个除了个树叶跟海草，我说我给这里这个贝哦 A plus， 这么干净。
Won't be made into this new plantations. All this is for the this is a new vineyard here to the right, and you'll see a lot of these expansions now to Asia. But I think similar to these.